Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam 10th Canto, 47th chapter, text 60. Nayang Sriyanga O Nitantarate Prasada Sordusitang Narinagandha Ruchangutonya Rasotsavesya Bhujadanda Grihita Kantha Rabdha Sisamja Udagat Brajavarlabhinam. So, when Lord Sri Krishna was dancing with the gopis in the Rasa Leela, the gopis were embraced by the arms of the Lord. This transcendental favor was never bestowed upon the goddess of fortune or other consorts in the spiritual world. And it never was such a thing even imagined by the most beautiful girls in the heavenly planets, whose bodily luster and aroma resembles the lotus flower. And what to speak of world women who are very beautiful according to material estimation. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj says, the word meaning and translation for this verse was taken from Srila Prabhupada's English rendering Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 8th chapter, text 80. If possible, we will describe it. And also he quotes from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Sri Krishna, the best of all avatars, exists on the highest platform of purity and morality, and thus he always remained praiseworthy by all, even while accepting worldly criticism for his cow tending, wandering in the forest, taking meals with young monkeys, stealing yogurt, and seducing other men's wives. Similarly, the gopis, who are the essence of Krishna's pleasure potency, Radhani Shakti, achieved the highest standard of purity and auspiciousness even in comparison to the goddess of fortune, and thus the gopis are supremely glorious even though they were criticized by worldly people because they were mere cowherd women living in the forest and behaving in an apparently improper way. In this way, there is a long purport, but I am cutting it short. Srila Siddhar Swami in his purport says that Atyanta Purva Chayam Gopisu Bhagavata Prasada Ityaha. Apurva, it is not seen before the Lord's mercy to the gopis. With this purport, this verse is stated. And Jiva Goswami in Kama Sandarbha says, the gopis attend what Lakshmi could not attend. Jiva Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Vaishnava Dosani says, though Lakshmi is famous as being dear to the Lord, Nitanda Rate, she doesn't have the prema of these gopis. The word na is placed first to emphasize the negation. That mercy was not given to Lakshmi, Sriya. The heavenly women such as Bimala, Utkarshini and Jnana have the aroma of lotuses as well as being tender and golden rucham. This should have qualified them for the rasa dance, but they couldn't enter. Human also couldn't enter. Anyaha. The gopis were embraced fast by Jars, Brajastriya, Ramadibhyo, Api, Uru, Madhurjya Mandita. The women of Raja had greater sweetness than Lakshmi. Brihad Bhaman Puran, it is stated. Thus the gopis were qualified for the rasa dance by their sweetness in form and nature more than Lakshmi and others. So in this way, I would like to say the next verse, that is verse 61. Asamaho charanarenu jusamaham syam vrundavane kimapi gurmalato sadhina yadustya jasodhanarja patang jahitva bhejor mukunda padavi sadivi vimugyam. The gopis of Vrindavan have given up the association of their husbands, sons, and other family members who are very difficult to give up, and they have forsaken the path of chastity to take shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, Krishna, which one should search for by Vedic knowledge. Oh, let me be fortunate enough to be one of the bushes, creepers, or herbs in Vrindavan, because the gopis trample them and blaze them with the dust of their lotus feet. Prabhupada Maharaj in the purport said the word, meaning of and translation for these words are taken from Srila Prabhupada's English rendering, Chaitanya Charitamrita Antarlila 747. Uddhava here shows the perfect Vaishnava attitude of humility. He doesn't pray to be equal to the gopis in their exalted stage of love, but rather rather to take a bath as a bush or creeper in Vrindavan, so that when they walk upon him, he will get the dust of their feet and thus be blessed. The Sai gopis would never agree to give such blessings to a great personality like Uddhava. Therefore, he cleverly sought to get such mercy by taking bath as a plant in Vrindavan. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Sarartha Dasantika says, Uddhava said, as it has been proved that the gopis' love is the most rare to attain, it would be improper to desire it. Therefore, it was with lack of judgment that I have said that Mahabhava, which those desiring liberation, the liberated, and the devotees like me hanker after, I stated in verse 58. But now, with proper consideration, let me correctly express my desire. I want to be born as some low shrub, creeper, or grass upon which the gopis will place their feet. Asa moho charana renu. So one may question, but what is the supreme excellence of the gopis' worship that you desire their foot dust rather than that of such exalted personalities as Lakshmi? So Uddhava replies, I have never seen such intense worship where one can break all the mundane principles of religiosity, shyness, and sense control. Every night, the Brajagopis give up all shame, their respectable upbringing, and religious codes, which are as hard as thunderbolts to break, and run off to meet Krishna. At the time of returning home, they are completely oblivious as to whether they are following the right footpath or not. Then they will place their blessed feet upon my head, which will be present there in the form of some blade of grass. As for now, even though I pitifully beg for it millions of times over, they are not willing to put their feet on my head. Therefore, my life will be successful only if I am born as a blade of grass in Vrindavan. Siddhar Swami in Bhagavad says, Kingcha astam tavat gopinam bhagyam mamantu etavat prarthyam mityaha. Or to speak of the good fortune of the gopis, I want this etavat prarthyam. My prayer is like this to the Lord. In this way, so many commentators have given their comments. And I would like to give the comments of Sri Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Vaishnava Tosani. Having glorified the superiority of the gopis over all others, Uddhava desires their service attitude, but thinks it is rare. He desires only a particle of dust from their lotus feet. Aho indicates lamentation with greed for something very rare. He desires to be a shrub, creeper, or grass of Vrindavan where the gopis walk. Trees are too tall to take the dust from their feet. Creepers are lower and grasses are even lower. This indicates his extremely humble position. Finally, he desires to be a blade of grass. Since this is a song glorifying the gopis, he again sings with zeal. They gave up the husbands and sons who should not be given up, and with devotion, Bheju followed after Padavim, he who gives prema to his devotees, Mukunda, etc. In this way, there are also so many purports by Sanatana Goswami. Would like to stop here with a request to subscribe, share, and like our channel and get blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.